Good morning, students. So, in the last class, you are going to learn about heredity. What are the experiments on heredity, Mendel experiments, and their laws, and along with the sex determination. So, these are the concepts you are going to learn in the few classes, right? So, let us go for another chapter, so that is metals and non-metals. So if metals and non-metals, in this chapter some concepts like what are the physical properties of metals and non-metals, and occurrence of metals and extraction of metals. You know that metallurgy steps. So metallurgy is the one of the technique. So in that technique, to extract the metals from its ore, that is nothing but metallurgy. In the metallurgy there are so many steps are there. First one is washing is the first step. Hydraulic washing is the first step, and second one includes two steps. One is the calcination, another one is roasting. So calcination and roasting are the two types of techniques to extract the metals, and another one is purification, right? So these are the metallurgy steps. But in this year, the extraction of metals and occurrence are skipped in this year because of COVID-19. So other than in this chapter, you should learn only the physical properties of metals and non-metals, and chemical properties of metals and non-metals. It's enough. Is it clear? So total elements in the periodic table. How many elements are there? There are 118 elements are there in the periodic table. Who is the father of periodic table? Mendeleev. Right? So Mendeleev is the father of periodic table. But who is the father of modern periodic table? We can call it Moseley. So Moseley is the father of modern periodic table. Who is the father of periodic table? Mendeleev. Right? So out of 118, 94 elements. How much? 94 elements are naturally occurring elements. These are the naturally occurring elements. 94. Remaining 24 elements are artificial elements. So why we are going to call as a naturally occurring elements? Because they are available in the nature. That's why we are going to call as a naturally occurring elements. But remaining 24 elements does not available in the nature. They are not available in the nature. So these 24 elements prepare under the laboratory condition. So that's why we are going to call as a artificial elements. You know that whenever you are going to observe the periodic table, most of the elements are metals. Only some elements are non-metals. Is it clear? So large number of metals are there, only little bit number of non-metals are there. Is it clear? Give you an example of non-metal like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, bromine, iodine. So these are the etc. These are the non-metals. These are the non-metals, right? So what are the examples of metals? So many is there, right? So like copper, zinc, iron, calcium, sodium, lithium, right? So these are the metals, right? So many metals are there, only little bit number of non-metals are there. So 118 elements total, 94 elements we have to call as a naturally occurring element, remaining elements like 24 elements are artificial elements, right? So large number of metals are there and few are non-metals are there in the periodic table, right? So let us go for the chapter metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. So here you know that in the 9th class, what are the differences between metals and non-metals? In this year also you are going to learn about what are the differences between metals and non-metals, like physical properties and chemical properties of metals, physical properties and chemical properties of non-metals, right? So here first property of a metal, first property. So what is the concept? Physical properties of metals. What are the physical properties of metals? Metals physical properties are first one, all metals are solid in state. All metals are always in a solid state, except mercury, and gallium and rubidium. So these are the liquid state depending upon their temperature, right? Room temperature. Most liquid state metal, which one? Mercury, right? After that gallium, after that rubidium. So all metals are always in the form of solid state. So this is the first property of the metal, right? And second one is metals are sonorous. All metals are sonorous. Sonorous means that is the metals are going to make a sound. That is nothing but sonorous. ನಾದವನ್ನು ನುಡಿಸುವುದು, right? So that is nothing but sonorous. All metals are sonorous. So this is the second property of the metal. And the third one, metals are a good conductor of heat. Metals are good conductor of heat. So which one is the good conductor? Most good conductor metal. Which one? Silver and copper. Silver and copper most heat conductor, right? ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು heat ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು? ಒಂದು ಸಿಲ್ವರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾಪರ್. ಕಾಪರ್ means ತಾಮ್ರ, silver means ಬೆಳ್ಳಿ. So good conductor of heat, which one? Silver and copper, right? And bad conductor, which one is which metal is a bad conductor of heat? Bad conductor of heat. Which one? One is bismuth, lead and mercury. Lead and mercury. Lead and mercury. So lead and mercury, these are the metals. So these metals are the bad conductor of heat. Bad conductor of heat. So this is the third property. And the fourth property, so metals are good conductor of electricity. Good conductor of electricity. So which one is the good conductor of metal? Most good conductor of electricity for metal. Which one? Pure silver. Pure silver, then copper, then gold. Gold means Au. Symbol for gold, Au. Silver, copper and gold are the good conductor of electricity for metal. So pure silver, right? Not a impure silver. Impure silver is not applicable for good conductor of electricity. Only pure silver, they are a good conductor of electricity, right? So which one is the bad conductor of electricity? Bad conductor of electricity. Bad conductor of electricity means bismuth and tungsten, and another one is manganese, Mn. So the Mn means symbol for manganese. Tungsten, bismuth and manganese, these are the bad conductor of electricity. Bad conductor of electricity. So next property is fifth one. Metals are malleable in nature. Malleable in nature. They show malleability property. What do you mean by malleability property? Malleability is the one of the property by which if metals can be converted into, drawn into thin sheets with the help of a hammer. That is nothing but malleability. So this malleability properties are applicable to metals, right? So which one is the most malleable metal? Which one is the most malleable metal? Like gold and silver. Gold and silver. Ag plus Au. That means gold and silver are the most malleable metal, right? And sixth one is ductile. Metals are shows ductility property. What do you mean by ductility property? Ductility is the one of the property of the metal by which if metals can be drawn into thin wires, that is nothing but ductility. So ductility is the property by which if metals can be drawn into thin wires, that is nothing but ductility. So the metals are ductile in nature. So which one is the most ductile metal? That is gold. Which one? Gold. So gold is the most ductile metal. So if 1 gram of gold can be converted into 2 kilometer wire. We can convert 1 gram of gold can be converted into 2 kilometer wire. So this is the most ductile metal. Which one? Gold. So this is the sixth property. And the seventh property, all metals are lustrous. Lustre means shining. All metals are shine. Belitave, all low, belitave. right? So this is the seventh property. And eighth one, metals are very hard metals, hardness, right? And the ninth one, metals melting point and boiling point, MP and BP, are very high. Melting point and boiling point becomes more. So this is the another property of the metal. So these are the physical properties of metals. So metals are always in a solid state except mercury, gallium, rubidium, and metals are sonorous. Metals to conduct heat and electricity, you know that very well. Which one is the most good conductor of heat? That is silver and copper. Bad conductor, lead and mercury. And a good conductor of electricity like a pure silver, copper and gold. Bad conductor of electricity like a bismuth, tungsten, manganese. Metals are lustrous and hard. Their melting point and boiling point becomes more, and metals are malleable in nature, and metals are ductile in nature. Which one is the most malleable metal? Like a gold and silver. Which one is the most ductile in nature? That is called the gold. Is it clear? So these are the physical properties of metals. Got it? Let us go for the physical properties of non-metals.